DC's Absolute Universe continues to expand this week with the release of Absolute Martian Manhunter #1 by Dennis Camp and Javier Rodriguez. How does this compare to what came before? Does the Absolute Universe continue its hot streak? Well, let's take a look. What became rather apparent rather quickly is that this is a different flavor for the Absolute Universe compared to what we received thus far. If Absolute Batman was the bombastic summer blockbuster, this was more akin to the mind-altering indie thriller that may not have as much broad appeal, but is willing to take bigger chances. The story follows Agent John Jones as he recently recovered from a bombing that killed everyone else involved, but somehow he survived. Jones is not sure what happened, and despite being in normal health, everything is anything but normal as the world around him begins to be reshapen in ways he can't explain or understand. There's a challenge telling a story like this because you're waiting for the characters to catch up to where you already are, so it's difficult to create tension when the inevitability is so apparent. However, this is the Absolute Universe, so maybe those expectations will be used against us. So far, it's too early to tell. As both artist and colorist, this was very much the Javier Rodriguez show, and as one of today's best artists, he did not disappoint. The color work was especially strong. To represent everyday life, he used dim hues like black, gray, and white, while green, yellow, and red represented the mind-boggling undertones that were waiting to bubble up from underneath the surface. And as the story continued, those began to dominate the page more and more, as the page design also began to break away from convention in every way possible. I can see this not appealing to the everyday superhero crowd with how different it's willing to be, but if you're going to create a new universe to tell new stories, why not follow through with that promise? And so far, that's exactly what this is doing.